This one's for Eric.
Welcome to Nerdschatting, movie, TV, comic chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome, everybody, to the Nerdschatting podcast. My name is Nathan, and with me, as ever, is my very good friend, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Nathan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm really grumpy today. I don't want to stray from my type too much, but yeah, real grumpy today. So,
do you care to elaborate on that one?
No,
or?
just got a grump on me. I don't know. Maybe I'm hungry. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I need to burp. I'm some sort of baby type thing. I don't know. Anyway, so we are the Nerdschatting. Like I said, my name is Nathan, and this is Ben, and we talk about all things nerdy, films and TV shows and comic books and so on and so forth. And today we're going to be, in honor of our very good friend, which we will discuss later, we're going to be talking about the best moments or our favourite moments in Captain America history. But before that, Ben, should we do some broken news?
Let's do it. Broken news.
So this is broken news. It's so old, it's not breaking anymore. It's already broken.
However, I only did just watch one of these trailers.
Oh, yeah. There's actually quite a few trailers in here. The message this morning, I was like, Ben, I have ripped apart the news, because we had a whole load of stuff in it that was just speculation and nothingness. So I've put in some stuff that's actually got depth.
Sorry, I'm so close to making the most inappropriate joke then, but I'm going to ride over it. Keep going. There was an Antman and The Wasp trailer.
Yeah, there was an Antman and The Wasp trailer. And so before this trailer came out, I had said to you before, and I said afterwards, I was like, what is the point in this movie? Why is this movie being made? The first Ant-Man film is in that vein of Thor the Dark World, Doctor Strange, Iron Man 2, like Marvel movies that just about serve the
Blueprint
purpose.
Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I would say that Ant-Man, of those movies that you said, Ant-Man is the best of those.
Yeah, there's some sort of reversing vehicle outside. I don't know if you can hear that, guys. I'm sorry, there's a beeping going on. But yeah, no, agreed. And I really enjoyed Ant-Man. I really enjoyed Doctor Strange. The other two are fine. But what I mean by that is it's just what does it bring to the Marvel Universe? What does it bring to us as audience? Yeah, fine. It's fine.
Fun.
Then I watched this trailer and I was like, oh, right, that's why it exists, because it looks incredibly entertaining. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like everyone in it is having a lot of fun, and therefore we're going to have fun with them. It looks like great effects. I'm all over this trailer.
I cannot wait
it.
for technology to advance on where you can go out and buy yourself some PIM particles. You can shrink your house, lift up the suitcase thing that's attached to the roof of it, and then just move your house wherever you want it to go, basically.
I hope that they haven't spoilt all the fun size-changing gimmicks that they have in this movie, because we've already had building being shrunk, car shrinking down while driving,
and then
car jumping up, giant
up.
man coming back, Wasp having wings and blasters,
Giant Pez dispensers.
So there's loads of stuff already been thrown in there.
Other dispensers
submarine
are
in sort of, I don't know, like cells, or maybe, I don't know. It looked like so much fun, and it had callbacks, obviously, to Captain America: Civil War, and yeah.
Hey, whose side do you think the Wasp would have been on? What's her name? Hope Van Dyne. Whose side would she have been on?
Captain America's side.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because of Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Because Pym would follow Captain America into the...
Yeah. Because he would go against Iron Man, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Don't trust a Stark.
Yeah.
Good. I thought this looked great. A colleague of ours has said, oh, well, that means that Ant-Man and the Wasp survive Infinity War then. Not necessarily. This could take place before Infinity War. We know that the MCU timeline can get a bit blurry.
Well,
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 took place, even though it came out 2 years later or 3 years later.
2014.
It was, it was like 2 months after the end of the first film.
And also, we know that Captain Marvel, that's coming out later next year, is set in the 90s. So, you know, there's some stuff going on there. So, yeah, it could be any time. I really like this call that there's the house arrest thing going on, and it looks like it might be the Wasp. That beeping is happening again. Some vehicle is backing up.
Doesn't matter. Keep
No,
going.
you're right. Okay.
Keep going.
It looks like it might be the Wasp and Hank Pym's film more than Ant-Man's film from this trailer.
Possibly,
But
yeah.
maybe they're just
That's
giving
great.
us a lot of them because they're trying to explain the fact that it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp as opposed to Ant-Man 2. So they're giving us a lot of that. those
Ant-Man 2,
characters.
Enter the Wasp.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm shaking my head at
jeez,
myself.
no.
I just shaking my head.
I when you sent the link to this trailer through last night, I think I might have been at the gym. No, don't know. Anyway,
might be at the gym.
I was busy,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch it later. Ugh, like I care. And then I watched it. And I was like, holy shit balls, that's great.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Good.
But I
Good.
watched it again this morning, and I thought, holy shit balls, that's great.
I mean, language.
No. Yeah, mind your
Language.
language. Yeah. Next piece of news.
Sure, why not?
Jack Ryan. So we know Jack Ryan, the TV show, has been coming for a while. We've had a couple of. You're desperately trying to knock the table.
I'm trying to not knock the table after you said, don't touch the table. It really messes with the audio.
Let me just for audience's purposes, let me just shake the table.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
that's
Take your own
annoying.
advice.
That's
Don't
an
do that.
annoying noise, right? So that's what happens when you shake the table. Okay.
Okay, Jack Ryan trailer. I just watched it.
Yeah, so we know that we've known there's going to be a Jack Ryan TV show coming. It's John Krasinski starring in it from The Office and other things.
13
it's-
Secret Soldiers of Benghazi or something.
Sure, that's the title.
13 hours of the soldier, whatever.
Yeah. And so we've had lots of different Jack Ryan storylines in the past. There's a ton of books out there written by Tom Clancy, thank you. And so we've had Alec Baldwin, Jack Ryan in Hunt for Red October.
Harrison Ford,
Harrison
Jack Ryan.
Ford in Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger, which were nearly in my underrated sequels last week because Clear and Present Danger is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Sure.
We've had Ben Affleck, Jack Ryan in
The
Sum of All Fears. Good film still.
It is actually quite a good film. Yeah, I
Yeah.
quite like that.
And we've had Chris Pine, Jack Ryan in Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit.
Yeah.
So now we've got a reboot of the series again. It's an Amazon TV show. I think it will work really well as a TV series.
Yeah, I do as well. I think so. Yeah.
And this trailer looks great.
It does. And I like...
Action-packed.
It was very action-packed. I like that you had sort of famous political speeches from American presidents
Yes,
sort of in the
yes.
background. Noticed that the most recent wasn't on there, but moving on.
Kennedy, Obama, possibly someone else.
There was definitely George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And I think there was Ronald Reagan at the end.
Right, okay.
But there might have been JFK in there at the start
I'm pretty
as
sure
well.
it was, yeah. One of my concerns is that, as I just said, it looks action-packed, great, but Jack Ryan's storyline should be about him outsmarting people with,
I think that-
analyst skills.
Yes,
stuff.
and one scene that I saw, he's in the shower and you see his back.
He's got like
And
scars.
he's got
and
the
stuff.
scars
because he's an ex-marine, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was in a helicopter crash, I believe, and it
Yes,
screwed his back up.
yes.
That's what I got from Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit as well.
Maybe
not read any Jack Ryan books. I have to say.
They're very good. I really enjoy
So
them.
I think
Do you reckon the first episode, the pilot episode, will be explaining that, or do you think it'll be flashbacks to it later on?
you put me on the spot, and I'm going to go with yes.
Okay, cool.
To both of those things.
And
yes.
the dude from The Wire is playing.
Bunk.
Well, he's not playing Bunk, but Bunk.
But Bunk from The Wire.
is playing the Greer.
Yes. Yes.
James Greer,
Yeah.
who is
It's like
played by
his
James Earl
mentor.
Jones in the films.
Yes.
and he's a mentor, and it's amazing casting.
And,
Him as Greer will be brilliant.
Who is it for Ben Affleck? For Ben Affleck,
It's
it
Morgan
was
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. You didn't have the Greer character for, but you had
Kevin Costner was in it.
playing a different character, but it
I
wasn't
don't
Greer.
think it was Greer. No.
I'm going to put all my money. I'm going to back myself and say it wasn't Greer. It was someone else. Looks like a bit of sexy time in there. I saw a little bit of kissing and cuddling. Never opposed to that. You're just typing now, aren't you?
Yeah. Are you coming on to me?
No, I'm not. No,
Just-
I love you, but no.
No, he was Thomas Harper.
See,
Don't
wasn't
think there
Greer.
was a Greer.
Backed
in
myself
it. I don't
and
think
won.
there was. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this looks. I'm excited for this. However, it isn't coming out until August.
That's okay.
Yeah, I want it sooner. And people listening are going to say, "Oh, excuse me."
Dropped your phone.
People listening to us are going to say, "Well, if you like the look of this, why haven't you watched The Punisher?" Because I hear that The Punisher's more like this than it is him just killing everything that moves in front of his crosshairs.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's Wendell
Never gonna
Pierce.
happen.
Wendell Pierce is Spunk. And
Wendell
it's,
Pierce, yeah.
Peter Fonda's in it. and Abby Cornish. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait.
I'm psyched. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Good.
What's
You've
the
got Amazon
news?
Prime?
Yeah, I got Amazon Prime.
Oh, good. Me too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Johnny big bugs.
You noticed.
Okay. The next thing we got on here is Mute trailer.
I'm going to leave this one to you, not for me.
There's going to be some spoilers here. Apologies, everyone. Just skip ahead if you don't want to know anything about Mute. I know for a fact that Robbie Diamond's podcast, irregular, or irregular. Does that mean he can't go?
Can we just call him the Nerdschatting correspondent and leave it at that?
Yeah, the Nerdschatting Batmanologist.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Rob specifically doesn't want to know anything about this film. So, spoilers start now. Apparently, it's set in the same universe as Moon.
Oh.
So there's a trilogy that's being made because it's Duncan Jones who's the director.
Who directed Moon.
Who directed Moon. His real name is, as we all know, Zowie Bowie. He is David Bowie's son.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I know.
Duncan Jones. Good for him.
Yeah.
I skipped Warcraft. It didn't look the sort of thing I was that interested in.
You did try.
Yeah. I
watch
was
it, didn't you? But
sort
it
of
didn't work
interested,
out.
but it wasn't for me. But I think it was. I knew it wasn't for me in the first place. But Moon and Source Code are great, and I really love them. And
Truth.
I think Duncan Jones has got a visual style. He's got some taste, and Mute is supposedly a sequel / not linked, but in the same universe as Moon. And it's set, so it's obviously set in the future, and it's set on Earth. It's about a mute bartender played by the sexiest man on the planet,
Alexander Skarsgård.
And
I knew that already. I didn't know it because you said the sexiest man on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's the sexiest man on the planet,
Yeah.
but I knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, move
Tarzan
on.
himself.
I'm making this worse.
He's a bartender, and he's got a girlfriend that's a waitress in the bar, and she goes missing. And it's about the hunt for her. Now, I don't know any more than that. Paul Rudd is in it with a fantastic moustache.
Paul Rudd's great.
There's some other people.
He plays Ant-Man, you know.
Yeah, other people moving around and doing some stuff in there. I think it's got an incredible visual style, don't you?
Yeah, do you know what? It reminded me a little bit of Blade Runner.
It's got a lot of Blade Runner about it.
Yeah.
We're going to be reviewing Altered Carbon episode 1 next week?
Episode 1 and 2?
Maybe. Next week, isn't
the
it?
whole thing? Yeah. Yeah, next week. 'Cause it comes out on Friday.
Yes,
I think.
it does come out Friday, yeah. So, and that's got a whole lot of Blade Runner-esqueness about it.
Probably.
I'm going to let you in a little secret now. I don't think it's going to be very good. I'm really enjoying the book, but I don't think the show's going to be any good.
What, the TV show?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I hope it's good.
But you're prepared for
But
it
I'm
not
prepared
to
for it
be.
not to be good.
Okay, good.
But this, yeah, you're right. This looks a lot Blade Runner-esque. It's got some neon about it. The truth, lies. There's all sorts of stuff going on about what it means to be human.
Ugh.
Stuff is unspoken. I think it looks great.
Are they going to be clones again? Like,
Who knows?
Like, oh, God, I've spoiled
Spoilers.
everything.
Moon.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. I think it's a Netflix original movie, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So is this their second one after Bright? I'm going to say it is.
Let's say yes. No one in this room can contradict us.
And that no such technology exists where we could look this kind of information up. So
what you were a bit meh about it.
I thought the trailer was a little bit. It didn't engage me. It didn't make me desperate to see the film.
But then Moon's got that sort of element to it. Moon is a bit.
So are you saying that Duncan Jones can't put together a good trailer,
Well, it wouldn't be him putting the trailer together.
or can't employ someone to put together a good trailer?
Maybe his movies are of such an ilk that.
Maybe I just don't understand them.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just too dumb.
Maybe I'm
Ben.
just too dumb and southwestern to understand.
Yeah, that's what it is. No, I think it'll be a very interesting movie. All the lights just turned off. Nerdschatting nights. Yeah, I'm keen.
When's it coming out? On the spot.
2018.
April, I'm going to say.
Hang on.
Doesn't
hang on.
say.
I'll skip through the trailer and it might tell me.
It won't.
No, it just says directed by Duncan Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, February 23rd it says.
Really?
Surely not.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Netflix, they just creep them up on you, don't they?
Mute release date.
No.
February 2018.
Well, there you go.
So soon.
Oh,
We should add that in as a review podcast.
that means I've got to watch it. Oh, can't you watch it first and then say, look, it's quite good. You should probably watch it.
Hang on, look. While we're on
We
air,
haven't reviewed Bright.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't reviewed Bright.
Bright was entertaining, but had... It overreached. We've talked about this. 23rd, we could fit it in. We could fit that in. We've got, in that week, I'm just live on air, I'm checking our schedule. We've got 2, what we would call filler podcasts going on there. They wouldn't be filler, they'll be all, I don't know.
Killer, no filler.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, we've got space. We could.
Sure. Fine. Whatever. Fine. I'd watch it under duress. You'd never do this for me.
You watch it wearing a dress?
Yes, that's what I said.
You're a strange
You'd never
man.
do this for me. When I said to you, watch Punisher episode 1, you were like, no.
Yeah, but Punisher looks slow and boring.
Apparently, it's very, very
I
good.
hear that as well. Yeah.
You're your own man. Live your life. Nothing matters.
But I've been burnt by the Netflix Marvel shows, as you have. It's fair for me to go, I'm not interested in committing to that anymore.
Just for my own purposes, when I'm trying to do the timestamps, what are we still talking about? Are we still on mute?
Mute, yeah.
Should we move on?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be like 2 hours of your life, not 13. We're having an argument on air. We're having a lover's tiff on air.
Okay, fine. I'll watch Mute.
Watch it with me. Come over.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, we'll have pizza and something. Sold.
You had me at pizza. Sure, okay.
Right, next bit of news. DC TV. So actually, it's not DC TV, actually. It's DC live streaming. No, not live streaming. Hang on. Get it right. Get it right.
This is so important. Like the internet, like
yes,
completely and utterly hinges on you getting this
it's
right.
DC's new digital service.
Right.
Which Sci-Fi at the minute is the channel that's developing and going to release Krypton, but DC is going to have the Titans show and probably will take Krypton and things like that. So it's not the Arrowverse.
Not the Arrowverse.
No, that sort of thing. So it's kind of like the Gotham-esque verse. Anyway, the point is, their digital streaming service, they are going to be creating a new show called Metropolis, which is set in the time before Superman arrives in Metropolis. He's on Earth, obviously, because he's there for like 30 years. And it's going to star Lois Lane and Lex Luthor as they investigate the world of fringe science and expose the city's dark and bizarre secrets. Yesterday, when I was preparing dinner with the Italian, I said, oh, look, they're making a show called Metropolis about Lex Luthor and Lois Lane before Superman arrives. And she absent-mindedly said, that sounds boring.
Does sound boring.
It does sound boring.
Why are they doing this?
It's a shame because the most interesting stories in Metropolis are when Superman's there.
Why are they focusing on shows that tell a story that takes place before the superhero arrives? So now I don't watch Gotham. I hear some people like Gotham.
Apparently
Not everyone likes
good.
Gotham.
Apparently it's very good. I watched quite a lot the first season,
But Gotham
and
is
that was quite
basically
entertaining.
before Batman is Batman. Although now he's almost Batman, right?
As I understand it, the intention, the original premise was it's Batman when he's young, and therefore it's not really about him. It's about Sergeant Gordon.
Fine.
And it's become its own Elseworlds thing, and they're doing their own thing, which is fine as long as you admit that and go for it.
So they're doing Krypton.
Yes.
Which takes place 100 years before Jor-El's born, or whatever. Or before Kal-El's born, or what have you.
It's Kal-El's
They've done
grandfather.
Smallville in the past, which is young Superman.
Yeah,
so now
Smallville lost its way. It got
I know.
into season 6, and it was like...
It's crazy.
Well, he's kind of Superman already, but we'll not give him Superman. What they should have done is season 5, season 6, whatever it was, as soon as he went to Metropolis, they should have just gone, this is now Superman. And just made him Superman.
So, listen, I don't understand the appeal of this. I don't understand... Someone said on Twitter yesterday, and I completely agree, it sounds like they're trying to make Lex and Lois Mulder and Scully from the X-Files.
Yeah, a little bit.
Without them. Are they going to interact? Is she
I
going to
think
be
so,
chasing after him because he's such a corrupt bastard?
It would not surprise me
Language.
if it was that sort of thing, a Lois and Lex buddy cop team up science sci-fi adventure, but in the background Lex is actually a bad guy and Lois doesn't know.
And will the whole show end when Superman shows up? Because again, that will be a missed opportunity. Just make a decent show with Superman in it.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do that? I hate everything.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Because the thing is, a Superman story doesn't need to have destruction porn like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. Don't get me wrong, I like those films a lot. But, as we said with the Pacific Rim Uprising trailer last week, when I see those buildings all crash and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, who's going to clear that up? It's such a mess.
Just get the Jaegers to clear out.
Yeah,
They're huge.
but the show doesn't have to have that, because when I read the Superman comics, I don't always read it thinking, there's the building exploding. Thank God that box has been ticked. You know, you can make a Superman story that doesn't have to be about that.
Listen, I didn't think Krypton was a good idea, and then the last trailer I saw through it, I thought was okay looking.
I think you really liked it, actually.
Yeah, so I'll wait and see. They might make a trailer for this. I'm like, oh, wow, actually, that's really, really good, and I might watch it and love it. At the moment, I don't think it's a great idea, and that's where I'm hanging my hat right now.
Also, I think Titans looks really good. Well, I haven't seen anything of it other than the
Stills
character
of them,
stills.
yeah.
A couple of them.
Again, wait and see.
But
Not convinced.
it's the next step along after the Arrowverse, in my opinion. The Arrowverse started everything in this TV realm of DC heroes, and there's a lot of filler. It's 24 episodes a year, a
Sure.
season. There's a lot going on there. If you can take what's good about those shows, where they're not afraid to have a guy in a superhero costume or a girl in a superhero costume, Supergirl, good example. If you take those things and give it high quality writing, give it a good budget, you're going to make a great TV show, and that's what I think we're going towards now.
I'll wait and see.
There are people screaming at me saying, "That's what Marvel Netflix is, Nathan, you idiot."
I mean, you are an idiot.
It's Tim.
I mean, I'm an idiot, but you're
Tim
also
is
an idiot.
screaming at me about it.
Of course,
yeah.
that's fine.
I just don't like it. That's sorry.
Okay. He also just went huh, in the supermarket because you mentioned his name.
Yeah.
And he's just done it again because I just said that. Let's move on before he has a heart attack.
Okay. Next bit of news.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily confirmed news.
No, it's sort of maybe slipped spoiler. Shouldn't have said anything, but kind of did anyway. News.
The title the title of the story is Hans Zimmer is going to score X-Men Dark Phoenix. But
Now, Hans Zimmer
retired from
scoring
superhero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much hard work, too much pressure on him. Always felt like he had to come up with like the next classic thing.
And that's when Junkie XL took over in Batman vs Superman and
Yeah.
then Justice League. No, it was Danny Elfman in Justice League, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's back, apparently. Evan Peters, who plays Quicksilver, let slip, air quotes, let slip, that
yeah.
Hans Zimmer is scoring, and then was like, I'm not sure I should have said that. This is all controlled. I'm
Too
sorry.
late, dude.
Everything-
Too
yeah,
late.
no,
You've
yeah.
said it, and you were told to say it.
Great if he is doing it, because some of Hans Zimmer's work is the best audio in the world ever.
I think so too. And will he give us an updated version of the classic X-Men theme?
No,
Sorry.
I want him
don't-
to do that. That's what I want him to do.
I don't mean the
That with drums.
Anna Clinton tick 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 in the background.
No,
No, I don't mean the animated season one. I mean the ones from the movies like. Dun, 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 dun.
See, I don't think that's as good as the First Class piece of music, which is great.
I can't even remember what that is. I literally couldn't sing that to you right now.
I was listening to it this
or hum
morning.
it if I tried.
I was listening to it this morning.
I was part of your new playlist.
It is part of my new focus playlist.
Work focus playlist.
Yeah, did I send it to you? I didn't, did I?
No, you
Said I was
didn't.
going to.
I'm so happy you didn't.
I hate you so much.
No, you don't.
So yeah, good news. This rumor.
I mean, listen. I don't think I've listened to a Hans Zimmer score that I haven't liked.
Agree.
He's done some of the scores that I can literally go back and listen to anytime. I still say it, the one he did for Man of Steel, you know, the one that's like where he takes off and he's like, dun, 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 when it starts off really slow and then gets bigger and bigger.
It's the final track on the Man of Steel
immense.
soundtrack. It's called "What Are You Gonna Do Now" or something, and it's when he
Something like that, yeah.
It's when in the film. It's when he's riding along on his bicycle wearing his like tweed jacket, and then turns up at the Daily Planet, and he's like, "Welcome to the planet," and then the
Classic Superman smile,
the
cut to
Superman
black.
smile, and it cuts to black, directed by Zack Snyder, and then the Superman symbol, and it's like hits you fully with drums.
So listen, Hans Zimmer can do no wrong.
All the lights just came back on. No longer Nerdschatting nights. It's soft now.
Such a
PG-13.
considerate lover. So what are we talking about? Right, yeah, the Hans Zimmer
We're
scoring.
all over the place there.
Yeah, like
aren't we?
I said, he doesn't do bad scores given enough time, and if this is true, could be very, very good. It also, what this means to me is that the studio are taking this movie really very seriously, and I think they know it's like possibly their last shot to get this right. Because let's face it,
Fox is gone, right?
this is Fox's last X-Men movie, right?
Yeah, because Gambit's. This was a bit of news that I didn't put on here, but Gambit's
Gone.
it's no longer on the slate.
It's gone.
Like it's fallen off their.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah,
it's gone. It's never coming back with Fox.
Because Disney is still in talks of how the Fox properties are going to.
It's not gone through yet, has it?
Well, I think they've signed stuff, but they haven't figured out how it's going to actually work.
And if they make another X-Men movie in sort of 2 or 3 years' time, it probably will have all gone through by then.
Oh yeah. I'd be very surprised if they greenlit any more X-Men movies.
So is this Fox going out on a bang with their X-Men movies? Could be good. Could be really, really good.
We have got New Mutants and we have got Deadpool 2 coming very soon.
Sure, but well, no, New Mutants is put back to 2019.
I know Deadpool 2's
May,
yeah.
or June. It's either just before Solo or just after Solo. We talked about this. We said the date. It's completely gone. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Look, I maintain that the moment I hit stop on the recording device that we have, I forget everything I said in the last hour.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, good news, does good scores. Could be them really putting some oomph into this final movie. Happy. Wait and see. November?
Yes.
Thought so.
Back yourself.
Back myself.
It might not be then. Last bit of news on the broken news. Scott Snyder is going to be writing the new Justice League crossover event after Metal. It's called Justice League No Justice.
Right. And let me tell you why I will not read this.
Okay.
I didn't understand Metal.
It hasn't finished yet.
I know. But I didn't understand where it was starting from, let alone where it was going. So I stopped reading it. I think the next issue's out today, actually.
It is. I just had it downloaded on my Comixology app.
Wow. That's Comixology.
Yeah, if only they were sponsoring us.
Or Forbidden Planet. Anyway, I didn't understand where Metal was going. And Metal wasn't really just a Batman story, was it? There was a lot of Justice League members in there. So if Scott Snyder mines Justice League lore from Golden Age comics, I am not going to have a clue what's going on.
Well,
so I'll probably wait and see and get the trade like I'm probably going to do with Metal. So I've got the whole thing and I'm not going, what? What's going on? I don't understand this.
Everything you just said is totally fine, justifiable, and wrong in every way.
Of course. Of course.
Do you mean to read you the blurb for this?
If you have to.
Okay. Just go.
Got like a little grey hair.
Little grey hair just hanging out.
God,
just
Jesus.
for listeners, Ben is literally leant over the desk
I
and
was
just
gonna rip it
touching
out,
my
but
face and
actually,
pulling my hair out.
It literally goes down from your head to right down to your nose. It's that long.
Does
But
it really?
It's all curled up.
It's not, no. I got a lot of grey hair. Do you know, I was out with Mum and Dad the other day and we were doing some bird watching. And my mum looked at me and my mum looked at me and she went, "Gosh, Nathan, you've got a lot of grey hair." I was like, "Yes, Mother, I'm this age now. It happens." She was like, "Yeah, just hadn't noticed it before." Like, yeah. I think it was a moment of realisation for both of us that we're both getting on a bit.
I mean, listen, you need to get a haircut.
I'm thinking about getting a haircut tomorrow.
You
I'll be
need
honest.
to get
just
a haircut.
little bit, not
It's
too much.
super long right now.
Yeah, but the Italian really likes it long.
Listen, I'm going to take a picture of your hair, just your hair, right now, post it on social media.
Okay.
People can see that you really need a haircut.
I'll approve that later, maybe.
No, I'm going to post it right now.
Can you chop off my face, please?
Oh, right, in the picture.
Yeah. Not like
Right.
in a face-off
Yeah,
style
of course.
event.
Yeah, I can do that.
Shall I read this as I was going to?
What are we talking about?
Justice League No Justice.
Sure.
Okay. We thought we knew the entire map of the DC cosmos. We thought we had explored all there was to explore. But now we know that all this time the multiverse was nothing but a fishbowl. And now we've been dumped into the ocean, unleashing terrifying new threats and wondrous new possibilities. Metal opened up channels of storytelling that Francis, James, Joshua and I are excited to explore in a big way. When we're finished, fans will never look at the Justice League in the same way. So what he means by those names are Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Joshua Williamson. Yeah, that's all of them.
James Tynion IV sort of does like
he supports Scott Snyder in lots of ways.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff on Batman with Scott Snyder, sort of like filler episodes when like a run had just finished.
To be fair, James Tynion IV is a great writer in his own right. It's not fair of me to say he supports Scott Snyder. He just works very well with him.
Sure.
And it's a 4-part story, apparently. And there's some promo images. And what they're doing
Is
there...
it a crossover with anything else, is it, maybe?
Yeah, what
Does
they've
that mean
done...
Brian Hitch is off of Justice League?
God, let's hope so. What they've done in the promo images is they've taken... So it's black and white images of the characters sort of in heroic poses, but each one is a main member of the League, and then behind them sort of B-list, C-list characters. So they're kind of going to... I think each issue is probably going to be one of the Justice League members going off with other people. So, for example, Superman has got... I think Element Woman, maybe. I'm not sure if that's her or not. Starro, Martian Manhunter, and I think that's Sinestro behind him. Wonder Woman's got Zatanna, Dr. Fate. I'm not sure who that is. Raven, maybe. And is that Metamorpho? Could be. Flash has got Damian Wayne. What's the lady I don't like this? Joker's girlfriend.
Harley Quinn,
and someone else behind him. Don't know who that is. Damage, maybe. And it's about Brainiac coming down and warning everyone. Anyway, I've talked about this too long. I think it's going to be really interesting. I really like Scott Snyder's writing, and I really like Justice League crossovers. So
I really like Scott Snyder's writing, but I, like I said, Metal, it was lost on me. I don't know the details that much, so I'm going to get the trade. I might get the trade on this. I would be keen to know what's going to happen with the main Justice League run, though, after that.
Yeah, but it's going to be an event outside of it. So with any luck, we'll just get whatever happens out of that will lead on.
Okay.
Should we do some Nerdscene? That's the end of the news.
Is that the end of the news?
It's the end of the news.
When's that story coming out?
Soon.
Good.
Okay. Nerdscene.
Nerdscene.
Yes, good. Yeah. So we've been watching Disco. Star Trek Discovery.
My God, Star Trek Discovery was great this week.
Let's not do any spoilers because we know we've got fans listening. So yeah, real good. It was actually real dumb, but that was what made it good for me. It was dumb, fun, old school, original series Star Trek with budget and good writing.
I really, 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 really want the people who said they didn't like Discovery after the first couple of episodes
To stick with it.
To stick with it, because I feel, and we've talked about this already, but I feel, just for their benefit, that since the show came back from its mini break, it's gone from strength to strength. I mean, it wasn't bad before it went away.
It was great.
I enjoyed it. There are a couple of filler episodes in there, some better than others.
I think,
but then it ended on a real
required.
cliffhanger. It sort of wrapped up something, and it's gone back. It's come back. It's done. It's doing this mirror universe stuff again. No spoilers here. Other things have happened. It's really, really good. I swear, Dave and I and you talked about this in our little Star Trek Discovery WhatsApp group. I swear to God, time travel is now going to come into this.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
It's got to. It's got to.
Yeah. And in the way that it links with the other series and films.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
Should we... Well, let's not spoil it.
Let's stop there. We might have to do an end of... Should we do a full season review, maybe?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we should, yeah.
Is that going to be a filler episode, or... Going to fit that in, maybe?
You're a filler episode.
Thought so.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I've been watching The Good Place some more.
We talked about this last week.
I know, but we've been surging through it, as it were. We're in mid season 2 now. I think we've only got 3 or 4 episodes left of season 2.
Very good.
It's at the end of season 1 into season 2. There was, without spoiling, there was a shake-up of sorts.
Oh.
And then season 2 started, and we watched, I think, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and we were like, okay, it's only 20 minutes long. It's thoroughly entertaining, but it needs to do something different now. It needs to sort of get a move on. And then it did. So, and it's been great. So, you can't talk about this in any essay length because they're, like I said, 20 minutes long, and there's only 13 episodes per season, so there's not a lot of them. But it's pacey. It gets a move on story-wise. It moves things along. Characters seem to be having a lot of change and growth. And I can't recommend it enough. It's very funny.
But with an underlying plot thread going through the whole season.
Yeah. You can't really watch like episode 7 without having seen the 6 before.
After you talked about this last week, I think I'm going to say it was Ken.
It was Ken.
Tweeted to us and said, "Ben, you've got to get onto the Good Place. It's really, really good."
Yeah. It's so easy to watch as well.
On the list.
Ted Danson is great in it.
Listen, Altered Carbon's out next week. I've
Yeah.
got something that I've started watching as well, which I kind of feel like I need to finish now,
Yeah.
which is also on Netflix.
Yeah.
Get to it.
What you watched the Accountant?
I did. So this is the movie that Ben Affleck made after BVS and before Justice League.
We've talked about this on the podcast. I talked about it.
Yeah, but I hadn't seen it, and now I have seen it, and I thought it was really, really good. I spotted the twist, which we won't spoil.
Yeah, I did as well.
A mile away.
I watched her at Mum and Dad's house with Vic and with the Italian, and I turned to her and went, "I bet that's." And she looked at me and went, "Have you just spoiled it?" I went, "I don't know. I'm just guessing." And then at the end, it was like, "Yeah, there it is."
I hate people like you. I really do.
But it was genuinely a guess. It was just like a...
Yeah, but when you saw that came
Yeah.
true, I would have turned around and punched you square in the face.
Yeah, she wasn't very happy about it.
No, I'm not surprised. Yeah, but I really, really enjoyed it. You know, he has a form of high functioning
Autism of some sort.
not Asperger's, autism.
He's on the spectrum of autism.
Yes. So his dad's in the army, isn't he? And he's in the army, sort of like special intelligence or something like that.
Yeah.
And he works with his son to try and get him into a place where he feels he's going to be able to deal with the world.
Yeah.
Makes him, in air quotes, normal, which is a terrible thing to say.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like that thing, that little routine that he does every night where he puts on, you know, they say that one of the things that the type of autism that Ben Affleck's character has is bright lights, sudden bright lights, and very loud noises can set him off, set him off into a spiral that he can't come back from. So every night,
acclimatizes to
nine,
it.
what is it, 9:46?
Yeah.
Or is it 9:41?
I can't remember.
Until 10:01. So not on like what you would sort of say the half hour, like
Yeah.
random hours.
Yeah.
He does 20 minutes of listening to really, really thrash, heavy metal, loud music, that blinking strobe light thing, and he rubs like a piece of wood down his leg, and it's just like that's what this guy has to do to deal with it every single day.
Because he has the extreme experience, which means that everything else becomes less so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought the setup was so good. The last third was not a disappointment, but I feel like it could have gone a bit further. But I think this is a great film that everyone should watch.
I don't know if I'd say it was a great film. It was entertaining, without a doubt. It looked good, and Affleck looked great in it. You know, he had presence.
3 pocketbook holders out of 5 batarangs.
Fair enough.
That's what I give it.
Yeah, yeah.
Something
There
like
was
that.
something I
Anyway.
was going to say about it. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say about it.
I really liked. I'll tell you what I really liked. You know, when he has a compulsion that he has to finish things.
Yeah.
So when he finishes things, he goes home. He hits the garage opening door button on his car. So when he gets around, he's literally at the exact moment to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can tell, like about 20 minutes later, when he's off his game,
Yeah.
and things are affecting him,
And he just drives into it.
because he opens the door, but he does it too late. So when he
Yeah.
drives around into his driveway, the garage door's still opening, and like you say, he drives into it. He's not at the point, and you know that he's off his game.
Yeah, yeah.
And then his ritual goes.
It's good.
Off
It's good.
on one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great.
It's you're moving.
I'm touching the table. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's got elements of what was good about Daredevil. Is that risky to say? Because there's some parts of Daredevil, Ben Affleck, which were good.
Oh, you mean Daredevil, the 2000 and something movie?
3, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
5?
Yes.
7.
3. Early noughties.
Yeah.
2.
I've
God's
got to
sake.
look up. Okay.
Now I have
But
to
you know
look
what I
it
mean? It's got elements of that in it. Right. Before you look that up, tell me about Manhunt, Unabomber, 3 episodes.
So I was recommended to watch this 2003. Okay. Recommended to watch this by someone in the office. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. It's on Netflix.
Not the guy I don't like.
No, someone else.
Okay.
Someone you do like.
Okay, good.
That means nothing to anyone.
No, it doesn't matter.
Other than the person listening to this who knows. I was recommended to watch this. I liked Mindhunter on Netflix. This is not done by anyone I don't think involved in that, other than the fact it's a Netflix original, which Mindhunter was. It's based on a true story of the Unabomber in America. You've heard of this guy?
I have heard of this guy.
I knew bits and pieces, but I confused the Unabomber with the guy who blew up that building, I think Timothy McVeigh, like the federal building in America.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I got those two mixed up and confused. I thought they were the same person. So basically, I think it's 8 episodes long. I've done 3. It's not as good as Mindhunter.
Right.
But it's pretty good because it's all FBI procedural. This guy's trying to get into... They're trying to do like a psychological profile of who this guy is. The FBI are telling this psychological profile, look, we've already got one. This guy is of low intelligence. He's probably an airline worker. He's got a grudge against this airline. That's who he is. Do a 15-page psychological profile based around those 4 parameters. And he's like, I don't think anything you've just said is right to me. I think it's something so far removed from that. It's unbelievable. And it skips back and forth to after he was captured, then to before he was captured and stuff like that. And it is good. It is very good. And the guy who plays the actual real-life Unabomber is the Vision, Paul Bettany.
Oh, right, okay. Paul Bettany's good, yeah.
And the guy who's looking for him is Sam Worthington.
Oh,
I know. But you know what? He's not terrible. He's not the worst thing in this show.
Robbie Diamonds of the show, regular, says that
Correspondent,
Sam,
premier Batmanologist.
says that Sam Worthington, he thought he was really good in Terminator Salvation because in that he plays a emotionless robot.
Yeah.
And then later on he realised he's not a very good actor because he just plays an emotionless robot. And that's why I don't think Altered Carbon's going to be that good because the main guy is the one from... Joel Kinnaman, who was quite good in the RoboCop remake, but he plays an emotionless robot.
He was very good in House of Cards.
Yeah, in Suicide Squad he was all right in, but Rob thinks he might be a Kiss of Death type Sam Worthington type thing.
Oh, I see.
So that's why he said...
Do you know what? He's not terrible in this, though. He's not terrible.
Joel Kinnaman isn't terrible in the Sam Worthington role in Unabomber.
Like I said, I think it's 8 episodes long. I've done 3. I'm going to keep going with it, and then I'll shift on to Altered Carbon.
Tell me quickly about audience vote for January 31st, hashtag Daily Invincible cover.
Okay, so the Daily Invincible cover. So we've had to sort of be a bit fluid with this.
They've moved the date.
We're all set up, and then they moved the date. So we've done a couple of interactors' favourites, like the Invincible podcast, and some friends like Mike Barrett and like TJ, particularly, and other people like that. So we had a gap. We had 1 day's gap, okay? Because from tomorrow, we start with issue 133 of The End of All Things, basically. Okay. And we'll do 6 issues of that, and then the trade, and then the final 6 issues. The Otley, Corey Walker final cover, yada, yada, yada. And we're done, basically. Right. We should finish the day the last issue comes out.
Okay.
So
we had to do some clever wrangling to get that to work. Oh, my
God, it's been so much
had to do, like, people's favourite covers and all sorts of things.
It's been fun.
It's been great, yeah.
So what I did is I was like, right, I'm going to come up with 4 issues that I like, but I'm not going to choose any of them. I'm going to put it out to the audience and say, right, which one do you want it to be? Now, the audience has spoken, and it's going to be issue 114. And issue 114 is...
Let's have a look.
That one.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
it's the one with Robot's head sort of like...
Mushed
and about to explode.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tomorrow's Daily Invincible cover.
Cool.
But it was out of... hang on. It's all gone wrong.
Oh,
it was out of issue 115, which is the Battle Beast cover, which I thought would win, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
114 as well.
Yeah,
111, which is the one where Robot is punching Invincible. Now, I almost chose this as one of my covers because this was the first time I saw Invincible in a comic book store. And I was like, that looks interesting. Those guys used to be friends because I've seen those two talking or something like that. So I wonder what's happened there.
I mean, this isn't great for radio, but
no, of course
look
not.
Up these covers.
Look up these covers.
In fact, look at hashtag Daily Invincible cover.
Yeah, definitely. Or I was going to do this one, which is the one where you've got Robot and Invincible coming through like a dimension portal.
Yeah.
So this dimension where evil Invincible has got someone tied up. We won't say who. Anyway, there you go. So that's all done.
Cool. Right. Before we get onto the topic for today, we should probably talk about our very good friend Matt Young.
Who's Matt Young?
So Matt Young is a guy that runs a company called My Oh My Design.
Never heard of him. What do?
There's probably a they. Maybe there's a they. Could be 2 of them. Maybe
you
they're
don't
clones.
Know?
No.
Oh my God. Maybe he takes Like Altered Carbon. Maybe he takes like his brain and downloads it into a new body every year.
I think he probably does. He's the kind of diabolical guy that would.
Unbelievable. Anyway.
Matt Young, My Design, which is...
kick the table.
She's twitter.com/MyOhMyDesign and www.myohmy.co.uk. He does graphic design work. That's all printed on T-shirts and merchandise. He did our graphics. I've been looking at your face quite a lot. Not your real face, but like your graphic design face.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd had a haircut and sent him a picture of me with a haircut before he did it. But that's just me moaning.
Yeah.
He's great.
It's great, and we love our designs. And
I've asked you if you could Jim Gordon my glasses up every now and then just for shits and giggles,
No.
but you refuse.
No, I refuse.
I'm going to have to do it myself with
I'm not doing
Tipex
it. Yeah.
on my monitor screen.
Weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, he did our work, he did our graphic design for us, and he's been great. He's been a great listener. He's been a great interactor, and we recommend if you need any graphic design work, you get onto him ASAP because he will
Sort you right out.
sort you right out. He will deliver everything you need and everything you didn't even realise you wanted.
Oh, that's very good.
Because we went to him and said, look, we kind of want this sort of thing. And then he delivered designs and we went, holy shit balls, this is amazing.
Yeah, because absolutely. We thought we knew what we wanted and we sort of went, yeah, something like this. And he was like, all right, fellas.
Leave it to me.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, and
I've got it.
He went and fixed everything. So, yeah.
And if you mention mine and Nate's name, you'll get no % off at the checkout.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He's done some T-shirts for us on
TeePublic?
TeePublic.
Yeah, there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there'll be a link to his Twitter page and his website in the description as well.
Excellent.
There you go.
So, on to the topic for the week. We're going to start this topic with a very, very sad note. And the reason we're doing this topic is a long-time interactor with us. People would know him as being called Pow Science. He has a shop called Pow Science with his wife and daughter, Eric. Tragically passed away this weekend, just gone. We're not totally sure on the details of it, but there was
It was sudden.
It was sudden, and there was a fair outcry on the internet. Lots of people offering condolences to the family.
Our little community's been pretty rocked by this.
It is pretty hard, and Eric was universally known to us as a really friendly, really fun, really caring guy. But he was also probably the best Captain America cosplayer I've ever seen. And so in honour of Eric, we decided we were going to talk about our favourite moments in Captain America's history.
Yeah.
So I've got a few. You've got a few?
I have. I think mine have pretty much focused on the movies.
That's fine. That's cool.
From the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So do you want to go with your one from the comics, and then I'll see if mine from the movies fits in with it?
Yeah. Okay. So the first one from the comics I have is it's the first appearance of Captain America. It's Captain America Comics number 1, 1941, and it is Captain America punching Hitler in the face.
Of course, lovingly recreated in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Absolutely. And the reason why this is one of the greatest moments of Captain America is it exploded the interest in superheroes and comic books. Because when it came out, it was 1941. We were in the middle of the war, World War II, and it got people who maybe weren't that fussed by comic books, who everyone universally in the Western world hated Hitler, they got them into it and were like, oh, this guy's punching Hitler in the face. Maybe he's an interesting guy. And
Absolutely.
it got people into it. And it's just iconic in every way.
It is.
It is the epitome of evil being punched in the face by the epitome of good and hope and honest American truth and justice, you know? I was going to say, little side note.
Go on then.
How amazing is Chris Evans?
As Captain America?
Yeah.
He is Captain America.
He is. I'm going to get to this later on, but he's amazing. If he wasn't playing Captain America,
It would have been John Krasinski.
Yeah, but if he decided not to be Captain America and Superman was being recast, I would be 100% on board with him taking the Superman role. He
that's
is
interesting.
incredible, and he epitomizes Captain America for me.
He turned the role down as well several times.
I believe he did.
They came to him. He's like, well, I'm sort of already in the MCU in the Fantastic Four movies that Fox did, and like, no. We want you to be Captain America. We want you to be the driving force of the Avengers. We want you to gather these guys together and drive them forward and give them a purpose and make them a force for good. And you're the guy to do it.
But also, he had...
Didn't he have to sign for 10 films as well or something?
Something like that, yeah. But he'd also been doing fun, jokey movies where he was almost comic relief and that sort of thing. He was doing a lot of that sort of thing.
He was the... Okay, so there's a comedy movie from the early noughties or late 90s called She's All That.
Yeah.
And parts of that movie were spoofed in an American spoof movie called Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes,
and
which is arguably better.
He plays the role of the lead guy in that, where he has to fix the ugly duckling girl.
Yeah.
And he does it by taking her hairband out and taking off her glasses.
Yeah. So he started out as very much a comedy actor. And he's also a comic book fan, so he didn't want to ruin this character. He didn't want it to be like, am I the guy for this? Is this right? Also, he didn't want to commit for 10 movies as well.
That just, to me, shows that he's right to play the role.
Yeah.
Because he questions himself.
Yeah.
Am I the right person? That leads really, really nicely into something that I've got.
Go for it.
Which I'm going to throw in. I've got it as one of my last things, but I'm going to throw it in there first. In Captain America: The First Avenger, which, by the way, Jack and the Geeks Talk are about to do their rewatch on for the Marvel rewatch they're doing.
Great choice.
They're doing all of them basically.
I know,
up
but
until Infinity War.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I said last night that I thought this movie was okay, but it was probably the MCU movie that has the worst first movie and then better sequels.
Yes, yeah.
But anyway, I digress. There's discussion in that film. This is before Cap has taken on the serum and become... before he's like bulked up and become
he's
Captain
Steve
America.
Rogers.
He's still Steve
He's
Rogers.
weedy Steve Rogers.
Skinny kid.
Yeah.
And he says to Professor Abraham
Erskine,
whatever he's called.
Yeah.
He says, can I ask a question? Why me? And Erskine goes, okay, there's a bit of a rant here, but I've broken it down to a smaller paragraph.
Okay.
He says, I suppose that's the only question that matters. And after he discusses the Red Skull a bit, he says, it's the man. The serum amplifies everything that's inside. So good becomes great, bad becomes worse. And this is why you were chosen, Steve, because the strong man who has known power all his life may lose respect for that power. But a weak man knows the value of strength and knows compassion. And I just thought, do you know what?
Yeah.
That's Cap.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So my next one's a funny one. We'll do a hilarious one.
Please do.
Okay, so Mark Miller. Two of mine are Mark Miller's.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
So in the Ultimates 2, I believe it is.
No. Oh,
it is Ultimates 2. I'm
yes,
sure
I
it
think
is.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I
is it
beg your
Ultimates 1, Volume 2? I can't remember. The Chitauri are attacking, and there's the leader who's looks like a human, and he tells Cap to surrender, and they're beating each other up. And this is a little bit offensive, I guess. But and they're beating each other. And
Cap he's from the 40s.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and he says you must surrender. And then Cap's like, surrender, and he just starts beating the guy like massively. And then he points his head and says, "You think this letter on my head stands for France?" And like it's a joke because in the Second World War, France surrendered. I mean, they fought very bravely, and unfortunately, lots of atrocities happened. But it's hilarious.
It's hilarious because
it's him.
It's
standing up and saying, "Look, America
doesn't surrender.
does not surrender." Yeah. I just thought it was really, really funny, and
That is great.
It's an incredibly memorable moment. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. But I remember thinking that's hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is great.
Sorry, France, the entirety of France that we just offended.
Sorry, everyone we offended. Sorry. Okay.
What's your next one?
Jumping out the Quinjet with no parachute and then taking the boat in Winter Soldier, or taking the boat from the terrace. That scene is just absolutely brilliant because leading up to him jumping out of the Quinjet, he's got like the strike team.
Even at the
with him.
beginning, right at the beginning. Yeah.
He's got his strike team with him, and Romanoff is saying, why don't you date this person in HR? She's funny. And he's like, the one with an earring in her nose or something like that. No, I'm not ready for that yet. And then he jumps out the aeroplane.
Yeah.
And then someone, I think it's the guy who played KG Beast in BVS.
Yeah.
different character, obviously, in this movie. He sort of turns around and says to Crossbones.
Oh yeah, Crossbones. Yeah.
Or whoever he was before he was Crossbones. I always forget his name. Was he wearing a parachute? It's like, nah. he's jumped out of a plane without a parachute because he's freaking Captain America.
Yeah.
And he can do it.
And that actually leads to one of my favourite scenes in the entire MCU. I think it is my favourite film in the MCU, actually.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. It's such a great movie. It takes the character to just new levels. Which links perfectly to my next
Well, I haven't finished my bit yet. Where he gets onto the boat and then he's just ploughing through those guys.
Yeah, it's great.
Not even there.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
It shows him off as what he is. Like in the first film, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a 40s action hero. I get it. Yeah, it's a bit like Crash Bang Wallop and Pow and Zap. And then in this one, you're like, oh,
he's
an amazing soldier. He's a special forces.
He's a super soldier.
Super soldier, yeah.
Right, go for it. What have you got?
Well, my next one is very, very similar. So Mark Miller again wrote Civil War, and in the opening issue of Civil War, Captain America is Maria Hill comes to Captain America in one of the helicarriers and says, "This is happening, and you have to sign up." And he's like, "No, freedom."
Yes.
Freedom.
And
so they knew that was going to happen, and all these like cap hunters like appear, and he just beats the crap out of all of them, and then jumps out of the helicarrier, no parachute, which is great in its own right, and then lands on an F-15 or F-18 or whatever it is, like a fighter jet,
a passing fighter jet. Yeah,
just digs his shield into it and rides it like it's an animal, and the pilot's like, holy shit balls, or whatever it is.
I think he says Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And Cap's like, mind your language,
Keep
son.
Flying, son, and mind the potty mouth.
It's just amazing. And
it is brilliant.
The image, it was,
McNiven.
Gosh, yes, it's Steve McNiven's artwork. It's probably my most memorable image from any comic book ever.
Well, it's actually two MCU movies have taken stuff from here and adopted it in their own way. The obvious one is the speech that Cap gives to Maria Hill, which is when politicians in Washington start making decisions on what superheroes can and can't do. You know, those agendas can change. That is.
Do you want me to read that to you?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what the press says, doesn't matter what the politicians or the mob say, doesn't matter if the whole country decides that something is wrong, that something wrong is right. This nation was founded on one principle above all else: the requirement that we stand up for what we believe, no matter the odds or the consequences. When the mob and the press and the whole world tells you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move.
Direct line used in Civil War. Fantastic.
Amazing. And then there's also the scene in the lift from Civil War.
Well, that's my next one.
From Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so the
which
fight
is
that
kind
he
of
has,
similar to this one.
Yeah, the fight that he has with those guys, I've got it in here, the elevator fight in Winter Soldier. So he knows that these guys are coming after him.
I think like Cape Hunters or something, or Cape Killers, or I can't remember what they call them. Yeah.
But he just sort of says, okay, all right, fellas, before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yeah.
No one gets out, and
It's
then he just wipes the
amazing.
floor with them. Is it what's the guy who plays Crossbones? Before he was Crossbones.
You mean what's the character's name?
Is it Brock? No. Oh, if only there was some way we could look it up. If only there was some way. We just can't do it, can we?
No.
It's
Brock Rumlow.
Brock Rumlow.
Yeah.
It's Frank Grillo is the actor who
Yes,
plays
it is. Yeah. Very good actually as him. I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, so that elevator fight scene in Winter Soldier, it's sort of like I say, it takes things from that escape where he goes against the Cape Hunters.
I really love that movie, and that scene in particular in the elevator where he figures it out instantly.
Yeah,
like he knows.
Yeah,
he kind of just lets them come in and lets it happen.
Yeah, he's sort of looking around. It's like,
yeah,
these guys are here to take me down.
Yeah,
you should have sent more guys.
Because that's one of my. I tell you, there's one I'm going to add one in, Ben.
Oh, it's your turn, so you go for it.
Okay, this one is. I don't remember when it was. It was in a comic book series. I think it was after the death of Captain America. So after the return of Captain America, when he takes on the super soldier mantle.
Yeah,
I believe now. Someone could be. I hope someone corrects me. What's the guy that always corrects us with Marvel stuff? Listener,
Tim?
No, comic book Marvel stuff. Who posts the funny Marvel pictures? Why can't I not remember the dude's name?
I know what you're talking
He's
about.
Amazing. He's one of the other podcast guys, and he knows all about Marvel.
Danny B.
Danny B. Sorry, Danny, that I can't remember your name. I can't remember other things as well. Danny B. will be saying when this is from. He'll tell me. He'll
know
scream
if
at
he's
me.
listening.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from those guys in a while.
God, I hope they're okay.
I messaged them the other day and said, "You guys okay?" I've not had a reply. I'm a little bit concerned.
Okay.
I hope they're okay.
We'll message Danny B privately, maybe.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Anyway, so he'll correct me.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in one of the comics where he is depowered and the super soldier serum is removed from him and he becomes a, I hate using this, weedy guy. So he's full age, but he's not as strong. He's not super strong. And it's a great bit in the comic. I'm sure it's Steve Rogers' super soldier. That's sort of like a 6-issue run. And he's in a room of guys and he just beats the crap out of them anyway because what they fail to realize is that the super soldier serum just makes him strong. He's the world's greatest tactician. Without the super soldier serum, all that does is makes him strong and like impervious to certain pain and things. He can outsmart everyone in the room, and that's what I think Winter Soldier and Civil War movies show that later on. I think they show that he gets better and better, and it's great. It's a great bit in the comic. I remember thinking, oh yeah, he's cool.
Good becomes great, like Alexon said.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
Very
go.
good. Well, I'm gonna follow that one up then, which kind of leads from that with rallying the police in Avengers. So you know, there's that scene where he lands on top of the police car and he's saying to the police, "Look, we've got people in this building. You need to get them out. You've got other people. You need to set up a perimeter from this place to this place." And the guy's like, "Why the hell should I listen to you?" And then that alien, the Chitauri lands, or a couple of Chitauri land. Cap takes them out in seconds, and then literally the police officer just turns around and goes. Repeats everything that Cap just said to him. Basically, like, right, we've got people in that building. We need to get them out. We need to set up a block from here to here. And it's just like, yeah, it's brilliant. And it's just like Cap's actions just tell everyone who he is.
He's the captain.
He is the captain.
Yeah.
Give him the authority to make those decisions and to rally those people into action. Love it. Fantastic.
Okay, shall I give you my last one?
Yes.
How many more you got?
I've got 2 more.
Okay. Well, you do another one, and then I'll do mine then.
Well, one thing this could be yours. So I'm going to steal it if it is.
I'm giving you Fry squinty eyes.
There are many great scenes of him with all of his movies, but the one that I always remember the most isn't his movie, it's an Avengers movie. It's Age of Ultron, and it's during the party scene where he
This is mine. Carry on, yeah.
almost lifts Mjolnir.
Well, it moves, doesn't it?
It moves.
And Thor's like, what?
Thor's shit-eating grin gets wiped from his face in about half a nanosecond.
Yeah.
He's like, crap, I could lose the power of Thor to Cap. And then he can't quite lift it. And it's just like, that should tell you again, if you needed to be told again, everything there is, he is almost worthy to hold the power of Thor,
Absolutely.
to be a god.
Yep, absolutely.
Amazing. Fantastic.
And do you know what? That's what I was saying earlier on with Chris Evans. I know we're holding on the movies quite a lot. My last one is a movie one as well.
It's fine, yeah, that's okay.
But Chris Evans is believable in that role.
Yes. Other than, and I said this last week, in Avengers, his suit isn't great and his wig is terrible.
But
after that, they took him off the wig and they altered the suit so it wasn't looking like spandex.
They dye his hair from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because actually, he's a brunette man.
He's got the same colour hair as you.
That's dark.
With a bit grey.
Oh. Right. Just whisper your last one to me so the listeners can't hear it. So I'll just look on your list.
Oh, you just look on the list.
Yeah, I feel like I should
be prepared.
But yeah. Your last one was Skin.
No.
Your last one is the same as mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's synergy.
Poetic. Yeah.
Pull it back into a nice circle.
I can do this all day.
All day.
And you know what's great about that?
Call back to the first Avengers.
It's the callback throughout all the way through. So he says it in the first one. He says it in Winter Soldier.
Does he?
Doesn't he say it to Bucky at the end when they're fighting on the helicarrier? I'm sure he does. I could do this all day, Buck.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe he does.
It's in Civil War.
Yeah. Well, that's what the callback, isn't it? It's the fact that he stands up to bullies.
Yeah.
He stands up for right.
And it makes him the heart of the MCU. Iron Man, maybe the driving force.
He's the money and the brain.
He's the money, and also
that.
Outside of the movies, as audience members, Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. is the selling point, right? Look at the big shiny Iron Man suit. Captain America is the reason you come back, because he's the heart of the movie. You watch it, and he's the most interesting, emotionally fueled, and emotionally interesting character there is in the movies.
Yeah, I agree completely. I love the callback because in the first Avenger, he's standing up against the bully, who then Bucky comes in and takes out. And in Civil War, he's standing up against a perceived bully in Iron Man, who's just taken out Bucky.
Yeah.
So he's standing up for his friend who stood up for him in the past. And I just,
Yeah.
that circle, it all comes back around. I love it. Love it, love it. And everything you said is absolutely true. He's the foundations of the MCU. He's the cornerstone. Nothing really holds together without him being there in the background. Which leads me on to Infinity War, and I'm so worried about what's going to happen.
Why?
Because he's not going to be Cap in Infinity War, is he? He's going to be
Nomad.
Nomad.
Yeah.
I'm
in
so
everything but
worried
name.
he's not going to make it to the end. And then if he doesn't make it to the end, I know he'll probably come back in a way because the Infinity Gauntlet is all powerful.
So,
but-
so the reason why are you saying the reason why Infinity War is going to be the most devastating Marvel movie there is because Cap's going to die?
Possibly, and possibly even Tony as well, and Spider-Man, and anyone else, and the Vision, possibly. Who knows?
I don't know if they'll go that far.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
So yeah, that's our list of the greatest Captain America moments for us. What did you think were the greatest Captain America moments, listeners? Why don't you let us know? No, I'm not asking you.
I don't
want to have any conversation with you anymore.
Okay,
I'm
good.
done with you completely.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let us know what you think, Ben. How can they let us know?
They can do that on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Nerdschatting, you'll find us. They can send us an email, which is nerdschatting@outlook.com if you are so inclined. Don't send us a letter because we don't have a postal address as Nerdschatting. Don't know why I said that.
No.
Uh,
Carrier pigeon?
Smoke
Smoke signal.
carrier pigeon. Just say Nerdschatting to it and it will find us.
Yeah, yeah. Or like a butterfly from like Lord of the Rings, like a moth.
Oh yeah.
You could do it that way.
But won't that bring the eagles?
Well, no, because I think that the moth sends a message to the eagles.
Okay.
I don't think the only message that the moth can take is bring the eagles. It's not like Gandalf got the moth and went, send the message that you send, and the moth was like, they want the eagles, and off they went. So I think he probably got the moth and went,
find that
I
moth
could
and
do
say,
with some help from the eagles.
Tell the Nerdschatting guys they're idiots.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Send
is.
that
Yeah,
one off.
so it's not just one message that he can send. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Good. That's
Good.
it.
Yeah.
I think I've done everything. Well, we're on Spotify now. You subscribe to us on there. We're also on iTunes.
Yeah.
We're on Podbean, nerdschatting.podbean.com.
If you're listening because you found us in Forbidden Planet, awesome, thanks so much.
Thank you.
If you're listening and need some graphic design work done, go to My Design because Matt Young is incredible at what he does.
If you've seen any of our flyers and you think, hey, I like their faces, I want them on a T-shirt, you can go to TeePublic, links in the description field, and you can buy one of our T-shirts. There you go.
And next week we're going to be reviewing Altered Carbon, at least episode 1, possibly episode 1 and 2 if they drop both of them.
I think they're dropping all of them.
Are they?
I think so.
Are they?
I won't get the whole thing done in
I
one
won't either.
weekend.
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad we've had that discussion at least.
Yeah.
Okay, good. See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.